Hello there, I'm Barry Baumgardner, founder of Sage Event Management, and I have a topic that I want to talk about today. It's something that not many people talk about, or if they do, they don't like to acknowledge it. It's basically, how do you lose money on a live event, right? Now, everybody loves to talk about how you make money. Everyone talks about fears of filling the room, but the real fear, the thing that people don't like to talk about, is how do you lose money on a live event? Now, here's the deal. My husband Blue and I have owned Sage Event Management. It's going on 13 years now, and we've done 500 plus live events. And we have a rule here at Sage that we always like to deliver a 10-time multiplier. So what we mean is we want to make you 10 times what you pay us. For most of our clients, for a 3-day event, that's going to mean anywhere from $500,000 to a $3 million payday. And that's our goal. We love making money for our clients. Out of all of those live events that we've done, we've only had 2 that have been what I would call a fail. And there's one reason why. Let me tell you the story. So in both cases, these clients did something that I think happens a lot in the information marketing industry. You confuse modeling with mimicking. Modeling is when you take a concept and you take what's really good about it and you embrace it and you make it your own. In the early days, one of my clients was Allie Brown, and I saw her speak on stage before she was my client. I bought her product and I made this vow. Someday she is going to be my client. I loved how she owned a stage and I wanted to model it. And for years when I spoke on stage, in my head, I was channeling my inner Allie Brown. I was modeling her in what she did, but I wasn't mimicking her. I didn't dress like her. I didn't give her content. I didn't want to be her. I just wanted to model her. I wanted to take the best of what she brought to the stage and make it my own. What the 2 clients did who didn't make money on their live event is they confused modeling and mimicking. Both of them got up on stage and they presented somebody else's content, their coach's content. Now, when you take content that's not your own and you try and deliver it, you don't make it your own. You literally just present someone else's content. It is not authentically you, and it always falls flat. It never works. You've really got to be careful about that. And sometimes you have coaches who even unknowingly coach their clients to be just like them. But the reality is you can't go on stage and be somebody other than you. What really sells in our world is you. And that's the good news and the bad news. It can be really hard sometimes to be you. You have to be really comfortable being you. But trust me, if you can get comfortable in your own skin, if you can show up on stage and be you, people will buy from you in droves. People love someone authentic. People reward people who are authentic by buying from them because they feel connected to them. If they get to know you on a video like this one, and then they show up to an event and you are just like this at the event, they feel like they already know you, and look, you're just like they thought you would be. If they've gotten to know you outside of the event, seeing you at other events or through a JV partner, and then you show up, you're comfortable in your own skin, you're authentically you, they will fall in love with you. And listen, a few of them may not like you. This happens sometimes too. Sometimes there's just not a connection. There's no good chemistry. It's like a date. It doesn't always work. But those are not your people. They're not meant to buy from you. But the ones who fall in love with you, who are connected to you, who feel that bond and that chemistry, they will be in your tribe forever and they will buy from you. But this can only work if you're being you. You can't come on and on stage and put on somebody else, right? You can't be somebody else and have that really work. So the big takeaway here is it's super important to model, not to mimic, and to be authentically you, to get really comfortable in your own skin, which is why it's so important to get into the event business right away. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait till you have the bigger list. You don't want to wait till you lose 10 pounds. You don't want to wait until your content is perfect. You want to get out there and start finding out who you are. Who are you in this model? How do you show up? How do people really get attracted to you? What do they fall in love with when you're on stage so that you can really play to that and you can enhance those values? Let me give you another really great example. I'm sure you've seen this happen before. A lot of people who are naturally good dancers love to get on stage, and to shift the energy if the audience is feeling bored, they will dance. Now, if you're a great dancer and you can get the crowd on their feet and really get them moving, this is a great way to energize the audience. But if you get on stage and you are the most awkward dancer ever, and it's clear that you do not love dancing, that you don't even want to be dancing, that you'd rather be caught dead than be dancing, this is not the way to motivate your crowd. So these are just 2 really simple examples of the difference between going for broke and being broke. Those two clients who did not authentically show up as themselves, who did not work to master and create their own content in their own unique, authentic way, they broke even, but they didn't break out. And when you're doing a live event, trust me, you want to break out and you want to do more than break even. And the way you do that is by becoming authentically you. So model, don't mimic. Make sure you're being authentically you. And do me a favor, if you like this video and this really speaks to you, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love for you to post a comment on what you are most afraid of. What's keeping you from hosting a live event? And specifically, what's keeping you from being authentically you? Post that right here. I'm going to review the comments, and in a video sometime soon, I'm going to take a few of these and focus on them and answer some of your questions. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.